Hi guys! So I've decided to do the Booktube Newbie challenge. I kind of wanted to start a YouTube channel and didn't really know what to start with. No one's tagged me in it, but I thought that I would do it for you to get to know me. So yeah, so I'm going to start with the questions. There's 7 questions I think. I can't remember who originally tagged. I will link the original one in the bottom for you so you can go and have a look. But yeah, so I thought I would start off with that. And so the first question is, why did you start this channel? I started this channel because I have a blog, and I was finding it quite difficult to write it down without speaking it through, like all my reviews about the books that I was reading. So I thought I would try something different, and a friend suggested that I do a YouTube channel because, you know, there's quite a big booktube community. So I thought, yeah, you know what, let's try it. So yeah, that's why I started doing it really. Obviously this is the first video, so we don't know how it's going to go, but I plan on doing like a video a week if I get around to it. So I'm going to be doing my blog at the same time, but I think it's easier to kind of talk things through first and then put it on paper. So yeah. So question 2, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to Booktube? I think that, well, what I've seen on Booktube recently is that not a lot of people read the books that I do, so I would think that the genre the books that I read would be quite different to what I've seen. I read anything and everything. I don't really have a particular genre of a book that I will always go to. I kind of don't really mind what I read as long as it's good. But you know, I kind of do this thing where I read a book by its cover, so I think that will kind of be a fun thing to add in there. So I kind of pick a book by its cover. I don't read the back of the blurb. I don't kind of specifically look for it because of a specific author. I kind of just see a really cool looking book and I will pick it up and read it. So I think I could add that as a section to the channel as well. That'd be quite a fun and unique thing to do. Quite a few people do it as well, but you know, I kind of like to not even look up on the book. You know, I've got a couple in my bookshelf that I've done that with and I haven't had the chance to read yet, but I haven't, you know, heard any reviews about them or read anything about them, so I kind of just like to dive in kind of blind. It's kind of a weird experience if you think about it, because like the first automatic thing you do when you pick up a book is look at the cover and then you turn it over to see what's been written about it. So I think kind of just diving in there without knowing anything about it is kind of fun and quirky thing to do. So question number 3, what are you most excited about for this new channel? I am most excited about meeting other booktubers and, you know, getting to discuss books really. I think that's the best thing. Books are just kind of like a different place to go, aren't they? And I think it is quite nice for people to be able to talk about it. I think my favourite thing to do is to discuss different books that I'm reading with my sister. So, you know, that's kind of what I wanted to do with this. Like, get everyone else's opinions on the books and see, you know, because it's quite nice talking about it and then you can kind of see it from a different perspective when someone tells you something you haven't quite picked up in the book. Because I read To Kill a Mockingbird recently and I kind of got it but didn't, but then I spoke to my sister about it when she finished reading it because we didn't read it for school, and talking about it with her, you kind of, you know, you pick up things that they've noticed that you might not have noticed, and then you're like, oh my goodness, yeah, I didn't realise that happened, or I didn't realise that, you know, there was something so obvious that she found obvious that I didn't find obvious, and it's kind of nice to talk about it because then you get a different perspective. And so I think that's going to be really nice for all the viewers and stuff to talk about things like that. So question number 4, why do you love reading? I love reading for many reasons. I like, you know, at the end of the day to like melt away into a book. It's kind of like an escape world, isn't it, where you can just kind of escape from all your problems, and I think that is the main reason that I love reading. Also the characters and the way that it's written and everything like that is also so great, that you kind of get sucked into a different world and you kind of want to be that character. Just for a little while. I know that when I read a book I like dream things that are related to that book. So I'm currently reading Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. I don't know how to say her last name, just say that. So I'm rereading the series because I bought the last one, so I kind of have to reread the first 3 books to kind of get back into the flow. Reading those books, I know that I've had a few dreams about werewolves and stuff like that, being really cold, even though it's really hot at the moment. So yeah. So question number 5. So what book or book series got you into reading? It was Harry Potter. I kind of was a reader beforehand, but I never really got into it, like, because I was so young. I've always read. I can't remember a time where I wasn't reading, and Harry Potter really got me into it. I think, I can't remember which book it was that I started. No, I can't remember which one it was that I started, but I started in the middle and then I went back to the first book to then read it and then carried on. So Harry Potter was the first book series that got me into reading that I can remember. So number 6, what question would you ask your favourite booktuber? Now I'm a bit new to the booktube world. I didn't really know it existed until a couple of months ago. I know that's so short, but and I have literally watched booktube channels every day, every hour since. Every hour that I'm not at work, I've been watching booktube channels. And the one question that I would ask would be, what got you into doing booktube? I know quite a few people have done the Booktube Newbie tag, which is quite cool, so I watched a couple of those, but otherwise, like, what kind of got you into it? And like, what is the hardest part that you find about booktube? So yeah, that's kind of what I would ask. So number 7, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think obviously waiting for those views to come in, it's going to be quite difficult, subscribers, all that kind of thing. I think I'm going to struggle with that, but hopefully that'll kind of build on my patience levels, hopefully, having to wait for that. My patience might grow a little bit, which would be great if it did. I have 0 patience, so I think that is an issue. So yeah, that's my Booktube Newbie tag. I will link the original one and the one that I watched to do this tag in the comment section. If you like it, thumbs up. If you want to give me an advice, if you like it, if you've got any pointers, whatever, just pop them in the comments and I'll get back to you. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy it and I'll see you again soon.